Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our April 2015 SendMyAd Tips and Tricks webinar. Today we are going to talk about some brand new features. These are things that we've put into the product since our last upgrade. So they've only been out on the site for about a month or so. So there's a few things that we hope you'll find useful. One is we're transitioning the way we handle splitting spreads, and there's a new option to split spreads after an advertiser approves them. So we're going to be removing the automatic splitting in favor of this, and so we'll show you how that works, and you can see how that might be easier and make more sense for your clients. We've added two new types of PDF exports, and these are things that the setup is actually quite similar, but I'll take you through both and show you how those work. One is a file that you can use for a gridded laser proof. The other is a file that you might find useful in certain tablet workflows. And then there's a little feature that we've added that's come about as a result of user feedback, and that's allowing your customers to have specific revision limits. So we'll show you how all of those work. Okay, there's just a couple little housekeeping items. We have in the Go to Webinar, there's a zoom button to expand the image to cover the full screen. I'm on a fairly good size monitor, so you may need to adjust it to see the entire screen if you can. Questions, you can raise those at any time, but we may group those up and answer them at the end. So let's move on to our demo. Okay, I'm going to log in as a publisher in my demo site. And I'm going to show you how we set up this new splitting mode for the advertiser approvals. And then I'll log back out as an advertiser and show you how that works in practice. Okay, so I'm going to go to one of my publications. And if I switch to my ad sizes, I have one I've created here already. It's called Spread Advertiser Auto Split. Actually, auto split's really not the right name for that, but you'll see what I mean. It's a little confusing because we have something that is an actual auto split. As soon as the file uploads, it splits a spread. This is the advertiser thinks it's automatic, but it happens when they approve a file. So it's just a simple spread. We've set it up with the right trim to make it a coverage of 2 full pages. And the difference is in the configure spreads. This used to be something, it was just a checkbox, I believe, and it said, to split the spread automatically. We are, we replace that now with 3 options, and that is we tell it not to split the spread after the upload, which is the one that we're phasing out, and then split the spread after advertiser approval. So just simply check that new option. If you already have spreads that sizes that are configured with one of those other 2 options, that stays the same. It's just the choice has been migrated to a select box or select menu, sorry. Okay, so that's really all for the setup. It's pretty easy. Let's log out. And I will now sign in as an advertiser. Okay, and here's an ad that I've uploaded that went to that ad size, as you can see. And I've already processed the page. I've decided I can live with my pre-flight warnings, and I'm going to approve this ad. Okay, now from an advertiser perspective, all I see is I've got my spread ad, I've approved it, I've submitted it. This looks all the same, so I know that the ad has now gone to my publisher. And when I refresh my view, I just wanted to point out that I do see the spread pages. Okay, so the advertiser does know that that this is happening. So, okay, let's sign out, and we'll come back in as my publisher user. And now, as a publisher, I'm going to see the three files. I'll see my spread that's been split, and I see the ones that are the results of that. Okay, my history will show that it was created from a split workflow, and it was done by the advertiser. It tells you that it was automatically split when the ad was approved, so you have a way to know that this wasn't a manual step that you did as a publisher, but it's actually the approver from the advertiser. So let's go ahead and we'll just approve that. Okay, so it's easy to set up. We feel that this will make a little more sense for the advertisers, and it happens automatically, but requires that approval step. So that's the main difference. Okay, let's move on to our next topic, which is the gridded laser PDF proof. Now, this and the next new feature, what we call the CT vector PDF export, both of these are publisher options that we have to turn on for you. If either of these features looks appealing to you, you'll want to speak to your sales rep and just see what it would take to turn that on for you. Okay, now what we want to do is switch over to our company profile, and we want to go to delivery destinations. And I've set up delivery destinations here. To add one, of course, you just click the add destination button, and it'll take you to the window that I'm going to show you. So let's go to my gridded lasers one. And the key thing at the top to remember to set is to just say that you wanted this delivery location to be used for the gridded laser deliveries. That's the main thing. You have to have a specific delivery location in order to handle these. Okay. So select that option, give it a name, fill out your destination parameters, and the thing is you want to give it a name and a path. So where on your server you want it to go, and you can use all of the standard variables that we have for regular print ad deliveries. Okay, same with file name. So you can see I've got a folder that I want to put these in by themselves, and I'm appending grid to the front of the name. And then this select option, it's selected by default when we select the use delivery for up here. There's only one option. It's just when a gridded laser is created, we send it automatically to wherever you want it to go. Technically, I guess you don't really need to have a delivery location set up for it. But I mean, that's usually the point of this. You want it to go automatically, but I'll show you where else you can find it. So let's close this, and let's come back to a file, and let's maybe do this with our spread. So we've got the spread ad here, and once you have this option, you'll see under the actions menu down at the bottom, and looking at the ad, the generate gridded laser option. Select that and you'll get a little pop-up telling you that it's being made, and to give it a couple of minutes. And so out on the server, we're going through this file, and we're making a file that we can now use as a laser proof. So the place that you'll see it available is under the assets, okay? And we also will show it in the delivery destinations as well. But right now this file hasn't been approved, so we're not really showing deliveries in this panel yet. Let's come back, take a look and see if it's there. Okay, yeah, so we've got an entry for, you see that right here, a gridded laser PDF. Okay, so let's download it. Okay, so that finished up. Let me open up my local file here. Okay, now it looks to me like we might have had a problem with this one because it doesn't, it's not showing me the whole thing. This was a spread size, so I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I do have another one I'll show you. This was from another ad here, right here. So just to show you what we do, we superimpose the sizes of the boxes over top of the image. So this can be printed on a color laser printer, and we'll give some information down in the slug along with this. And you also have the option of appending your own custom logo to this as well. So that's kind of an advanced feature, and we need to load the file for you. But anyway, that's the file that you end up with, and the point is it then gets delivered to where you sent it, or you can download it from that assets panel on the right. No, sorry, on the left. Okay, so very closely related is the next feature, which is the CT vector export. So let's switch back and go to our delivery destination again. And again, I have a destination that I've set up. So let's select that. And again, the key is in use delivery for. Okay. So you set that to the CT vector deliveries, give it a name, and all the variables are there, again, just like you'd want to use. Again, by selecting how we want to use this delivery, it will automatically select the only option here. Okay, so let's do that. Let's now go to a file. Let's go back to that one that I showed you the gridded laser for. Okay, it's completed now. And if you want to generate the file, all you have to do is select this generate CT vector. And it does just like the other ones did with the gridded laser. So let's do this with one I haven't done before. I'll just quickly approve this. So just to show you what I mean there, under under assets, I don't have the gridded laser. I don't have the gridded laser or the CT vector. So now that it's complete, I can just simply select generate gridded laser. Again, you get the warning that it's being made, which is fine. And it will appear under the assets in just a moment. Now, it's also delivering those out to my FTP site. So just to show you that. I use my FTP client. And you'll recall that I had a gridded lasers production there. And here are my files that I was sending. So you can see that it appends grid just as I had in the destination. And the same with I had for that CT vector file. And again, I just had it appending a little identifier there for me. So these files are really meant for the they're really meant for tablets and workflows where you want a file that most of the content has been rasterized and is maybe not as high resolution, but the text itself remains as text, so it can be searched easily. So I think I selected the wrong option there. I selected, like I said, they're very similar. So I think and they're right next to each other. So I think I selected gridded laser, but of course I should have selected the CT vector. And it's the same, it's exactly the same workflow. It just creates it, gives you a warning that it's doing it, and then it does the option for you. Okay, so it's very easy to do, easy to set up the file. You know, if you need a file like that, again, I'd say just talk to your sales rep and let them know that you want that option turned on, and they can tell you how to make that happen. Okay, our last new feature is one that, as I said, it came about by numerous feature requests, as well as an issue that we just kind of noticed in support. So as you know, you have the ability to limit how many revisions each of your advertisers can do. Now, that's in the company profile, just to refresh that for you. Print ad settings, and then skip down towards the end of that section. And where it says revising ads, then you can say the max number of revisions per user. So you add a value. I have it at 2. Now that's one size fits all. That's a global limit. It's for all of your advertisers, all of your users. So when they come in and they have a couple of mistakes, they might upload a few times, but once they've hit that limit, they should get a warning saying that you've exceeded your revision limit, and we've always given you an option to let you boost that, but that was on a per ad basis. So let me see if I can show you that real quick. Boost revision limit. So for this particular ad, if you notice, or an advertiser calls and says, hey, I'm trying to upload my 3rd revision and it won't let me, you can boost the revision limit, and that will up it to 5. Okay. But that's kind of a reactive thing, because usually you've got a frustrated advertiser who's trying to upload and they can't. So they call you or email you, and you have to go into that one particular ad. Well, the revision limit may work for most of your customers, but I'm sure each of you has that at least one special advertiser. You know that they struggle with it. They routinely require 7 revisions or 10 revisions. They just can't figure it out, or they're such a big account that you have to let them do whatever you need. So what we've done now is allowed you to set a custom one under the customers list. You click that, and this will show us a list of all our customers. And I'll pick one here where I actually have 2 users in the same customer. So it's this new box, additional revisions, and I can say, all right, I know this advertiser, they're really special. They're going to need at least 12 revisions. So I add 10, which is added to whatever the global limit is. So this is additional to that global limit. So this advertiser now can blow through 12 revisions just because we know that they need to. And you can see that those 2 users, they both belong to the SendMyAd test advertising company, and setting it in one user sets it for all users of that company. Okay. So that way, this is it's not reactive. You're just as a convenience for the advertisers that do need it as an exception. You can go in and up that, and then hopefully that cuts down on their frustration and it makes it easier for you. So again, it's a simple feature, but we hope that it's useful. We expect it will probably be pretty useful for people. If you have any questions, we'll take those now. Those were the topics we wanted to discuss today. Okay, so one thing that has come up is how to put a logo on the gridded lasers, and can you do other customization? So right now, you're able to supply a logo for the gridded lasers, and it just gets added there on that gridded laser file. Right now, there's unless it's in there and I haven't seen it yet, I'll double check. But it's something that we have to do for you. So yeah, there's not an uploader yet for it. So if you are going to be using the gridded lasers feature and you want a little logo to appear on every print, let us know and we'll make that happen. We would just need a little, I think it's a PNG file or a JPEG, and we would put it in a special place on our server, and it will pick that up every time it makes a gridded laser. That's the only customization that you can do right now. There may be some other items in the future, but that's what's possible at the moment. So. All right. Well, thank you for attending today. If you'd like to see something specific covered in the next future webinars, please let us know, and we'd be happy to tackle that next month. We try and do a mix of older features that might be underused or difficult to set up, and also to highlight newer features, of which we've always got new stuff coming out. So, but if there's something that you'd like to see, please do let us know. We'd be happy to address those in the future. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you next month.